What is up, everyone? This is Time to Wrestle with Suplexis. I'm Suplexis, and today I have a special video planned based off the events of Wrestle Dream, where Edge showed up in AEW. And I'll tell you more about my feelings about that at the end of the video, but essentially, I have compiled my favorite things about Edge's recent run and I will go through them and I will share a couple of words in addition at the end of the video about how I feel about Edge in general. So, without further ado, let's get started. However, even though I did say that I'd be covering his recent run, I'll go over a few of my favorite rivals from his run from 1999, about 1999 to 2011. I'll go through some names. John Cena, The Undertaker, Batista, Rey Mysterio, Matt Hardy, all of which I think cemented Edge as a great wrestler. And one other name that's absent that I'll get to later in the video. But let's start this off with Chapter 1, Back for Gold. Now, Chapter 1, I will be covering all of the events from Edge's Royal Rumble return in 2020 to his victory in 2021. So, let's discuss the Royal Rumble return itself. The greatest return of all time. Now, I could probably leave it at that, because it is pretty much the greatest return. Some people could argue Austin at Backlash 2000. Some people could argue The Rock. Some people could argue Cena at '08. But this dude went through 9 years of having a neck problem and having doctors tell him no. He went through triple fusion neck surgery. He had to vacate his World Heavyweight Championship. Like, this guy kept being told no. He went to acting, but he showed up. That was an amazing moment. We had him unintentionally injure AJ Styles in within the first couple of moves he performed. So that's a bit rough, but overall, that was amazing. The Rated RKO reunion. We got the first glimpse of him fighting Seth Rollins, first glimpse of him fighting Roman Reigns, him going at it with Drew McIntyre. It was awesome. It was perfect. So, following that return, we suddenly, the world shuts down. The COVID-19 pandemic hits, and this is a nicer Edge because right after the Royal Rumble, he was coming out talking about how he was happy to come back, all of that shtick. And Randy Orton came out and RKO'd him and concertoed his ass. And then he would RKO Beth Phoenix, he would put Matt Hardy on the shelf, he would put countless other names on the shelf, and they're set for a blood feud going into Mania. But the no fans era began because of COVID-19. So at WrestleMania, they had a last man standing match, and during the match, I enjoyed it. But looking back, that was a 50-minute match with not much aside from a couple finishers and wrestling in the weight room, like doing maneuvers with the weight room equipment. So that's cool, I guess, in some world. But in the end, the finish was cool. Edge hit a concerto on the top of an ambulance to win. Now, following this, Edge would disappear until the Raw after Money in the Bank, where Edge would come out and he would be challenged by Randy Orton for one more match at Backlash. However, this wasn't any normal match because somebody, I think it was Charlie, decided to say this could be the greatest match ever. And without further ado, we had the quote unquote greatest match ever set to occur at Backlash. Now, this match was definitely better than the WrestleMania match, but come on, the greatest match ever. Edge got a torn triceps, come on. And it was clearly pre-recorded, but one cool thing I liked before the match, they had Gorilla Monsoon introduce them, or sorry, Howard Finkel introduced them with the special MSG mic coming down from the sky. That was cool, and also the match was shot like a Ruthless Aggression, or for new fans, Ruthless Aggression was about from 2002 to 2008, so it was shot in that style. That matches back then were shot. It was pretty cool. So as I mentioned, Edge got a torn triceps, and Randy Orton won that match by low blowing him and then punk kicking him right into the emergency room. So after that, Edge's recovery began. Randy Orton would then go on to win the WWE Championship from Drew McIntyre and lose it, and he would wear night vision goggles to beat up Ric Flair. That was pretty weird. But anyways, he was on a tear, and it was all gonna come together at the Royal Rumble 2021 because these two men kicked off the Rumble match, and they went at it. And the Rumble match was really stellar, I think. We had like Carlito coming back. That was cool. And then we had Christian coming back, and Christian Edge supposedly had their final reunion. Supposedly. Keyword underline that. You'll find out why at the end of the video if you haven't already heard. But they had a really touching moment. And at that time, I thought it was the last time we'd ever see Edge and Christian in the same ring. And it was a really nice moment. But, anyways, in the end of the match, Edge eliminated Seth Rollins to win the Rumble until Randy Orton tried to eliminate him, but Edge just eliminated him instead to win the Rumble. Chapter 2, 10 long years. Now, following the Royal Rumble, the big question was, who is Edge gonna pick? Is he gonna pick the WWE Champion Drew McIntyre or the WWE Champ, the Universal Champion, sorry, the Tribal Chief, the GOAT, Roman Reigns? But Edge didn't decide for quite a while. He went to Raw, he went to NXT even to look at Finn Balor. Like, obviously, he wasn't going to fight Finn Balor. The NXT title would never main event WrestleMania, but it was cool. And meanwhile, Roman Reigns was pissed off. He was demanding for Edge to acknowledge him as the WrestleMania main event. He was getting heated, and all this came together at Elimination Chamber when Daniel Bryan won a six-person chamber match to fight the champion Roman Reigns. And you may ask, oh, when was he going to fight him? Was he going to fight him the following month at Fastlane? The next SmackDown? The next WrestleMania? Nope. Right after the match. So Daniel Bryan wins, and he's going to fight Roman Reigns. They wrestle, and it's a one-sided affair. There's actually one moment I should mention. Daniel Bryan immediately puts him in the yes lock, or the label lock, or the no lock. You mercs, call it whatever you want. But he put him in that, and Roman was close to tapping, but eventually he won. Because Daniel Bryan just fought in the chamber. So, anyways, he wins. Edge comes, spears him out of his tribal ass shoes, and challenges him at WrestleMania. Now, everything was going smoothly until one thing happened. One thing you never forget. Daniel Bryan really likes being in the title picture at WrestleMania. especially when he gets screwed over. So Daniel Bryan challenged Roman Reigns to a rematch at Fastlane, and somehow, some way he got it, and Edge was a special enforcer. Now they're going at it. They're having a classic out there, one of the greatest Fastlane matches of all time. And Edge decides to get involved, and he beats the crap out of both of them with the chairs. But in the end, Roman Reigns somehow retains the title with the one spear, with the one little opening. He hits that spear, one, two, three. So now it's announced Edge versus Roman Reigns. But if you know Daniel Bryan, you know he is a king of triple threats. WrestleMania 30, triple threat match. Any other title match, triple threat match. Like, he's gonna probably go wild now. You know, MJF, right? He's probably gonna fight Jay White. Oh man, is that Daniel Bryan? He's gonna make it a triple threat match. Oh, FTR versus Young Bucks for the tag title. Daniel Bryan wants to make that a three-way. It's gonna be a one versus two match for the tag titles. Daniel Bryan is nuts with this. I don't know if it I don't know if that trait left him when he became Bryan Danielson, but I sure hope so for the sake of the champions of AEW right now. Anyways, the triple threat is announced, and Edge is extremely bitter about this. He has waited 10 long years to get that title shot. Hell, it's even 10 years to the day at WrestleMania 37, but nobody is talking about that, he says in one of his promos. So, anyways, the match happens. It's amazing. But in the end, thanks to Jey Uso, Roman's manipulated cousin, and thanks to the wise man Paul Heyman, and thanks to the tribal chief himself, Roman Reigns, both men get concertoed, stacked on top of each other, and pinned in one of, if not my favorite triple threat match of all time. So, following this, Edge disappears. Daniel Bryan, by the way, Daniel Bryan gets retired by Reigns in one of the best retirement matches I've seen, and probably the best pandemic SmackDown match of all time. But anyways, he gets retired, and then Edge comes back before Money in the Bank and challenges Roman to a match, and everything is looking good. The Mysterios are taken care of, and now we must switch to chapter 3. Everything is looking good for Edge to win that title, but then this scummy piece of crap, Seth Rollins, who wanted a title shot so bad, screws him out of it. And one thing that Roman learned the hard way, with the chair, a crossface where he stomps the chair and then puts the crossface on him. You don't piss off Edge. But Seth Rollins, the visionary, the revolutionary, he does not give a damn. So he costs Edge the match, and Edge proceeds to get crazy eyed. Now, if you've seen like Edge get pissed off, you know exactly what that face is. So he gets crazy eyed. Seth goes to his house, goes to the man's house. Like, who cares about that really? Goes to his house, who cares? Like, talks crap about his daughter's drawings and paintings, who cares? But this guy, Seth Rollins, he has the absolute cojones, the absolute balls to drink his orange juice without pouring it in a cup. Drinks it right out of the bottle. What type of a scummy piece of crap do you have to be to pull that? Like, can't believe it. So, anyways, this sets Edge off, but instead, since Seth is trying to manipulate him, Edge keeps referring to him as Edge Light. Everything he does, he's done before, specifically to Cena probably. He's done before Home Invasion, he did that. So he says Edge Light to Seth Rollins, he keeps calling them that. And it comes to a head at SummerSlam, where Edge summons his demons after giving Seth a bloodbath on Friday, brings back the Brood Edge, and knocks him the hell out with a crossface at SummerSlam. Seth is knocked out in the ring, and Edge gets his vengeance. For now, until it is announced that there will be a rematch at Madison Square Garden on a SmackDown. Now, the build for this match is a bit more slow. I remember it at least being a bit more slow. But anyways, we get to the match. Edge has pink gear on to rep Bret Hart maybe. And Seth Rollins is out there. They have a great match. But Seth Rollins, he's targeting that neck a bit extra. That injured neck of Edge. He's trying to do the stomp a bit extra. And at the end of the match, Edge is knocked out, but he keeps getting up. Super kick after super kick. Edge keeps getting up. And finally, Seth Rollins yells at him, "Why won't you die?" Kicks him in the face, and Edge is knocked out. And Seth Rollins pins him 1, 2, 3, and he has lost it. But little does he know, when you do that stuff to Edge, you never come back from it. Now, these two matches are bangers, but what we got next at Crown Jewel was a classic. Edge and Seth agree that they will go at it one more time in Hell in a Cell. This is one of the best Hell in a Cell matches. Even though I prefer SummerSlam, this had it all. Ladder spots, getting launched into the cage, everything you could ask for. And at the end, Edge hits a curb stomp to beat Seth. Seth's own move, the same move that he threatened to pretty much decapitate him with in 2014. He hits that curb stomp on Seth Rollins 1, 2, 3. And the feud is over. One thing I want to see, Chapter 3, the Seth Rollins feud, is my favorite thing. It's my favorite part. I just want to throw that in there. So anyways, Chapter 4 now, the Judgment Day. Now, before we get to the actual group itself, let's get a bit of backstory. So after Edge beat Seth Rollins, he disappeared, and then he came out and The Miz challenged him. Oh, this feud was below Edge, but he went through it anyways, and he had a mixed tag match with his wife, which must have been pretty cool, but again, it was against The Miz, not exactly the biggest person. So, Edge once again disappeared, just like the Seth feud, but then it is announced he is looking for anyone to fight him. He wants anybody. So AJ Styles comes out to accept the challenge for WrestleMania 38. However, Edge suddenly turns on him just like that. He kicks him in the balls. He hits him with the spear, concerto. And then the next week, Edge says that he wants a Bulldog AJ, and he comes out wearing all purple, like the picture you see right here. And he is suddenly really creepy. All these vignettes air. He's in a ring with a purple spotlight and a suit on him. And he's talking crap to AJ. So anyways, we get to WrestleMania. They put on, honestly, a kind of disappointing match. But the ending Damian Priest suddenly from the crowd appears and stares at AJ Styles. As AJ Styles is confused, he goes for the phenomenal form after hesitating due to Damian, and he gets speared 1, 2, 3. Now they have a rematch at Backlash, and Rhea joins the group as well. The Backlash match was better. So, anyways, Edge is on top of the world with his new crew. Nothing bad could happen. They won a six-man tag at Hell in a Cell, and Edge vows to introduce a new member, Finn Balor. However, Edge must face the consequences of his actions of forming the Judgment Day, as Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley believe that Edge is in it for himself and he doesn't care about their careers. They turn on him, and thus begins the Edge Judgment Day saga. Oh, this one is quite interesting. So, in the beginning, it's a straight up tag match at SummerSlam. It's Ray and Dominic versus the Judgment Day. Now, Edge is out there because they put him on the shelf a lot. Like, they gave him concertos when they turned on him, and they put him through the announce table. He was done. So, anyways, the Mysterios win this match, and Edge rises from the depths of hell, literally in his entrance. Brood Edge, that starts becoming a thing that announcers say he comes back and he wants them. He wants revenge. So now at Clash at the Castle, Dominic is eager, Ray's son, to get involved. However, Ray insists that Edge and him take care of it. In the match, Dominic helps them win, but they give him no credit, and all of a sudden, that sleazeball Dominic Mysterio kicks Edge in the balls. Soccer kicks him right in the balls. Punches, nuts, punches, Copelands. Oh my gosh. So, and then he clotheslines his own father. Now, Edge is infuriated by this, so he challenges Finn to a I Quit match at Extreme Rules. However, in that match, they go at it. Finn doesn't quit, Edge doesn't quit, until they threaten to concerto his wife. And he says, I quit. And they do it anyways. Now Edge disappears for a bit until the Royal Rumble, where he comes back, cleans house, and eliminates the Judgment Day, but then they cost him the Royal Rumble. And now at Elimination Chamber, Edge gets some revenge on Finn, and they agree to end it all at WrestleMania Hollywood in a Hell in a Cell match. Now, this match, I enjoyed it quite a bit. Finn got busted open though, so that stunted the momentum a bit because he needed 14 staples. His whole head was cut open, but I thought it was a really stellar Hell in a Cell match that Edge won. But now that he's done with the Judgment Day, it's time. Chapter 6: The Last Matches. Now, in this run, there's no particular story. It is just as the screen says, his last matches. So I will go through them. So after WrestleMania, a tournament was held for the World Heavyweight title at Night of Champions, and Seth Rollins won his side, the Raw side, and we were going to find out who would win from SmackDown. Now, Edge cut a really passionate promo on social media about how he really wanted to win the world title, but he came up short in a match with AJ and Ray. So, I expected this to go places, but I will get to that soon. So, the next match he had was against Grayson Waller. He wanted to put over this plucky upstart, and he did so. It was Grayson Waller's debut, and it was a pretty good match. And then for his retirement, he fought Sheamus. I didn't know this would be his retirement. I didn't think so, but it was a great way to go out in his own hometown of Toronto. Now, this part of the video is a tough one for me. Tough one to talk about a little bit. So, if you all have been following me on my community posts, etc., you know I was planning a big video, or I am still planning a big video about my fantasy booking for WrestleMania 40, and I also shared my ideas for the Royal Rumble. Now, this heavily involved Edge, this entire storyline, from my SummerSlam video to that point, and now due to him being in AEW, and due to the complete unlikeliness of my scenario happening, I would like to share, or I am going to take this time to share my scenario. So, let's get in fantasy booking mode. Alright, so here's my fantasy booking for what Edge would have done at WrestleMania in my video had he stayed with the company. So, here we go. So, Seth Rollins, just know this, and just some background information. I'm not going to completely spoil it. Seth Rollins lost his championship via a cash in, a specific cash in. Now, we get to the Royal Rumble event. So, Seth Rollins is in a rematch for the title that he lost. And the guy who beat him, I'll just say, you know who Mr. Money in the Bank is. Damian Priest beat him for the title. So Seth Rollins was going at him, but meanwhile in the back on SmackDown, Edge came back from his hiatus in October, and every week he would lay out a challenge, and it would be the same old thing. Someone would come out, it'd be a plucky person, and he would fight them and win. So say Carmelo Hayes, Baron Baker, all these guys, he'd fight and beat them. So over time, slowly, Edge begins to get a bit fed up and a bit more aggressive. So going into Crown Jewel, there's a King of the Ring tournament, and Edge is not included in the tournament. So for the first time, we see him in a backstage segment because he's been wrestling matches. He says to Pierce, he's asking him, why am I not in this tournament? I've been winning matches. I haven't lost a singles match this year. I haven't been pinned this year. Why am I not in this tournament? You know how much this opportunity means to me to get a world title match. Why not? And Pierce says, I don't know. The higher ups, I don't know, man. I'm sorry, Edge. And then Edge is like, you know what? Fine. I, I understand. I am getting older. My time's running out. I understand. So he continues on, but he's still a bit aggressive. So then it's announced at Survivor Series there's gonna be a 5-on-5 Survivor Series men's match, and whoever the sole survivors are in the Survivor Series brand versus brand match will get a guaranteed entry into the Royal Rumble. Now, Edge is going up to Pierce. He asks him again, and Pierce is like, I'm sorry. And Edge is like, you know what? Okay, okay, man. I got something to say. I got a gold in the ring. I should say this to everyone. Edge comes out, and he's looking upset. He looks at the crowd. He says, I have loved pro wrestling more than nearly anything else in my life for the past 25 years. I have loved this sport. Now, I am enjoying wrestling. I am enjoying fighting these young upstarts. I have enjoyed fighting the likes of AJ Styles, the likes of Finn Balor, Grayson Waller, Sheamus, Carmelo Hayes. I've enjoyed it, and I have truly, truly loved these matches. But I gotta inform you all of something right now. My time here is coming to an end. As you all know, as some of you may know, my contract that I signed in 2020 when I made my return is running out. The time is running out. Hell, the time has run out. September of this year, I was faced with a choice. I beat Sheamus. Was that gonna be my last match? Is that how I go out? Is that what I wanna do? And I'll tell you the honest truth. There are so many people all around the world who would love to fight. You know who they are. There are so many people all around the world. But the thing is, I could, I could go, I could go someplace else. I could be successful. But in May, an opportunity arose. An opportunity for me to finally get what I want. In 2011, I was forced to retire against my will. I had that world title, and I guarantee you that if I wasn't forced to retire, I would have felt that for a long time. But now, I haven't been getting those opportunities. I haven't been put in King of the Ring. I failed at Night of Champions. I haven't been given those opportunities. And I look at Pierce, he doesn't seem to care. So I'm here to inform you all. I'm on borrowed time. I need this. I need this title more than anything in my entire life. I need this. So, Pierce, whatever it is, whatever it takes, I want on that Survivor Series team. If I have to fight 5 guys from Raw, if I have to do a 1 versus 5 match by myself, I will do it. If I have to win a Royal Rumble to get into that match, I will do it. And then Pierce comes out. He says, Seth, Roman, we got plenty of challengers for them. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I can't give you this. And Edge, he grows pale. He leaves the ring. Doesn't even look at Pierce. So meanwhile, the teams are tallied up and there's a battle royal. It is announced there will be a battle royal for the final spot. Once again, Edge asks him, but Pierce lashes out at him. Edge, haven't I made it clear? They don't want you in the battle royal. They don't want you. You're not in this match. And I've seen your tactics. Alex, if you even dare to get involved in this Battle Royal match, you will never see a championship match. That is from management. That is what they say. Now, I don't want to hear anything to me, because I am just saying what they say. We all know that. So, Edge is distraught. Meanwhile, in that match, Seth's protege from NXT, Nathan Fraser, the man he's trained, wins that match. Now it's announced the final teams for Survivor Series. However, at the event, Nathan Fraser is mysteriously knocked out in the parking lot, and it is believed to be Damian Priest getting one at Seth Rollins or the Judgment Day. Now Edge takes his spot. He is up there fully ready. Edge takes his spot, and everyone is shocked. And in the end of the match, Edge is the sole survivor. Oh, the next night Edge comes out and he says, damn it, I've had enough. I wasn't put in that match, and I went through all of this to get in the Royal Rumble, so hell, I wouldn't be surprised if I get number one. Now, whoever it is, come out here and tell me why. Tell me why. And Triple H comes out there. And Edge is like, damn it. I knew it. You think I'm weak. You think I'm frail. I'm done. I'm gonna get in that match. I'm gonna win that shot. I'm gonna get that title shot. You all think I'm reckless. You all think just because I got a bit aggressive, I shouldn't deserve this. I do deserve this. I have to. I need this. So every hurdle is thrown at Edge going into the Rumble because he's getting a bit carried away. He is like 2004, 2005 heel Edge here. So anyways, in the Rumble, him and Cody kick off the match, but in the end, Edge is a runner-up. Now, the next night on SmackDown, a tournament is announced, and it will culminate at No Way Out. Now, the brackets are being finalized, and there's one more slot. And they're about to announce who's in it until Edge confronts Pierce. And Pierce is like, no, you came up short, you blew it. And Edge is like, I blew it. I'll tell you what, Pierce. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna stand there. I don't want to do this, but you're gonna make me. If you don't give me that spot, I'm gonna stand by Gorilla. And every man who dares to walk down that aisle, every man who tries to step up, is gonna get chair-toed by me. So you better put me in that match, or I'm gonna hurt everyone on the roster, and I'll be the only one in the tournament, I swear. And Pierce accepts. Edge goes through the tournament, Edge does it, and meanwhile, on the other side, who gets in the finals? Who is the final person for him to fight? For the first time ever at No Way Out, it's Brock Lesnar versus Edge. The winner gets the title shot at WrestleMania 40. Now, this match is scary because it looks like Lesnar injures Edge constantly. The neck is played up like crazy in this match. But thanks to an interference that I will tell you about in future Slam WrestleMania, Edge gets a title shot. And now it is the big match. Edge, the world champion, versus Seth Rollins. And in this match, Edge announces if he can't win the title, he will retire from WWE and move on. And this is a classic match. In the end, Seth Rollins beats him. And in the main event, after coming so close, Edge says his final goodbye in the main event of night one of WrestleMania. Now, that was long, I know, but that is what I would have done. So now I want to talk about what's going on right now. Edge appears and confronts Christian Cage, and he basically forces him to leave the ring and scares him off. Now, I heard in an interview in 2011 when Edge was still champion, this was the year that he had to vacate the title, that it was being planned that he would fight Christian in a one-on-one match at WrestleMania 28 in his retirement match. Now, I think that is going to happen. He could fight many other people down the line. MJF, I'd love to see that. Let's run Daniel Bryan back. Let's do all these amazing matches, but whether it's Full Gear, Revolution, Double or Nothing, All Out, or in a year or two down the line, I think this is the final match, and I think this should be the overarching feud. Now, how I feel about this. At first, I did not like it. I did not like him using his real name. I didn't like it because I wanted him to win that big gold. But slowly I realized he wanted this match in 2011. This is the match for Edge. He wanted that retirement match with Christian. And man, he's given so much to the business. He put on amazing rivalries with the likes of Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. He did all those things from 1999 to 2011. He was one of the pillars of WWE, SmackDown 6, World Champion, whatever it is, he did it. I want to see this match. I cannot wait. And this would be the perfect retirement, even better than them fighting the Hardys together as a team. I think this should be the match. And man, Edge was something special in WWE. Him and Roman Reigns from 2020 to now, especially like for the past 3 years basically, these two were my heroes in WWE. These two were my favorites consistently, Roman Reigns and Edge. Edge, he brings a specific flair about him to every storyline he's in. It's really special. I can't wait for this match. Thank you, Edge. Edge retired in WWE, but now it's time for Adam to fight Christian in one more pro wrestling match for them both to hope to perhaps leave the business for good, for them both to live the rest of their lives with that being their last match. There's nothing better. Thank you for watching. I've I would like to see this match, even though I would have loved to see him challenge for the big gold in a story like I told. This would be perfect. Thank you. This has been Suplexis.